Getting you there with travel news.
Well, hello, I'm Tony O'Rourke, looking at another busy Thursday rush. And firstly, in Barking, Alfred's Way and Newham Way are looking very slow eastbound this evening because of the closure of the A13 for demolition of the Movers Lane flyover. You wait ages for a chance to give prime ministerial approval to a new project, and then two come along at once. Yesterday it was the Millennium Dome in Greenwich, and today it's the new Heathrow Express rail link. Tony Blair has finally launched Britain's newest railway, which should result in about 3,000 fewer cars on the roads to and from Heathrow each day. The 15-minute service between the airport and the capital involved over 12,000 people and took 4 years to build. It includes 5 miles of tunnels to minimise environmental impact and also boasts a small nature reserve near the airport.
It's obviously a stunning service, and it cuts down the journey time to Heathrow enormously from the centre of London.
Twice of soloist, so I saw a lot of music in my early days.
I mean, just looking at your biography, it looks rather as though you were destined for a musical career. How on earth did you end up in politics?
Perhaps it was a mistake, do you think?
Not for me to say. Who on earth dreamt up a competition like this? The idea is to open as many oysters as possible in as little time as you can without cutting off your fingers. Last year's champion, Armando Lima, managed to open 30 oysters and present them perfectly, ready for consumption in little more than 3.5 minutes.
We're joined now by the BBC's travel correspondent, Tony O'Rourke.
So let's get a full update on the latest travel situation. I'm joined in the studio now by Tony O'Rourke.
Well, for the latest on the travel situation, I'm joined now by Tony O'Rourke.
OK, let's get the latest on planes, trains and automobiles for those of you making a journey tonight or waiting for visitors to arrive. With me in the studio, Tony O'Rourke from the BBC Travel Centre. Tony, what's the latest?
Well, the latest is much as before, I'm afraid. It's very, very busy, very heavy and slow on most of the major routes across the country. Hello and welcome to another edition of Animal Shelter here at the Mayhew Home for Bewildered Animals and Television Presenters. This week we've got a couple of fluffy little pussycats for you and a couple of fluffy doggies as well, which need good homes. 19-year-old Derek Bentley was executed at Wandsworth Prison in 1953, even though it was his accomplice, Christopher Craig, who pulled the trigger. PC Sydney Miles was shot dead during the bungled break-in at a Croydon warehouse. Bentley's sister Iris mounted a lifelong campaign to quash her brother's conviction, and in 1993 the then Home Secretary Michael Howard granted him a limited pardon but maintained his guilt. Iris died of cancer last year, but today her daughter Maria arrived at the Court of Appeal to continue the campaign for a full pardon. The fact that we have an old age pension in Britain today is largely attributed to a campaign started in Southwark in 1898. Everybody here today has had a wonderful time, not least the performers involved in the event. There was even a message of support on tape from Dame Vera Lynn, the Force's favourite. Now all 6,000 in the audience are looking forward to another pensioners' concert this time next year. They've also developed a new ecological noise barrier, a green wall made up of special mesh, planted with soil, brambles, moss and grass, which drowns out low track noise as trains pass by. This place is like a scene from Wind in the Willows, and the people from Heathrow Express say they hope to keep it that way over the coming years. So Harry the Hedgehog is safe for the moment. Tony O'Rourke, Channel 1, somewhere near Heathrow Airport.